Talk to us a little bit about racial hierarchy in the restaurant industry, or how race works in the industry and how the racial dynamics play out.
Well, it's simple and easy, how this hierarchy works. Go and visit any restaurant in New York, and you will see who's serving you, who's bringing the food, who's cleaning your table, and try to go to the bathroom and pick at the kitchen. See who's in the kitchen. You find pretty face, white in the front, and hardworking Jose, Muhammad, African American in the kitchen, and Chinese.
In 2005, we published a report called Behind the Kitchen Door, and it was based on 500 surveys of restaurant workers and census analysis and employer interviews and worker interviews. And it confirmed a lot of the things we knew about very low wages across the board in the industry. But the part that surprised even us, really shocked us, was the extent of occupational segregation and discrimination in the industry. We sent out 225 pairs of white and people of color applicants into fine dining restaurants to see who would get hired. And of course, we found that white people had twice the chance of a person of color of obtaining one of these living wage jobs. Those living wage jobs are held almost exclusively by white people, and the rest of the jobs, the 80% that's poverty wages, is held almost exclusively by people of color.
I was aware that when I was in the restaurant on the top of the World Trade Center, but you still be discriminating. Who's the table that they're gonna give you, who you're gonna be served, because people are tipping you. Even if you make it to the tier of 5% of immigrants and person of color working in front of the house, you don't make the same money, you don't get the same customers, you end up closing out every night, and you end up getting so mad.
The restaurant industry in the United States right now is the largest and fastest growing employer, both in large urban centers around the country and nationwide. And as it grows, it really provides for people this American dream, because 20% of all jobs in this industry are living wage jobs. And so I think a lot of immigrants coming from wherever they come see the industry as this huge employer, as an opportunity to start at the bottom and work your way up and make the American dream.
I was in the business and I survived the 9/11, and I saw how, even I was waiter, like I said, I saw how people are suffering and how people, just after 9/11, of people who don't have bread and butter in their tables, so something has to change.
The organizing model of the Restaurant Opportunity Center is a multi-pronged strategy. It's about surrounding the industry from multiple levels, and the reason for that is this industry, being the largest and fastest growing employer in the country, is extremely organized from the employer's side. The employers have a very powerful restaurant association and lobby. We see the importance of both helping the low road employers that take the low road to profitability, employers that cut corners and don't pay people properly and break the law in order to make big profits, show them that there's a consequence to their actions. But at the same time, we're promoting the high road. We're working with the employers that are doing the right thing and paying their workers properly and providing good wages and good working conditions, and working with them to promote that model in the industry and to show the rest of the industry that actually the folks that take the high road are doing better business-wise. And we've got employers in our high road group that are amazingly profitable, but do it on the basis of treating their employees well.
Good evening. Welcome to Colors.
Everybody is an owner. Everybody take care of you. You're sitting in the table, it's like you are in my house. And if you are in my house, I'm going to take whatever it takes to make you happy and leave my house happy. And everybody is the same. Why not the dishwasher can make the same money in the end of the year as a profit? Yes, you're going to make less money than the manager weekly, but in the end of the year, you have a stake in a business. I love the idea, I said, okay, then we keep working in it. We had no money at all. When we talked to people, said, listen, we're going to open a restaurant and we don't have money. They said, well, you're crazy. How are we going to open a restaurant without money? Nobody want to give us money. And we thought, because who we are, we are all immigrants, people of color, that people used to see as bussers, as taxi driver, as people who do the dirty job. We cannot be entrepreneurs.
I hope that people who read The Accidental American will come away with a much more complex understanding of immigrants in the United States. When you read the story of our work, you begin to understand that immigrants are not a monolithic group, and there are wonderful, inspiring people among them, and there are others who want to make a buck just like anybody else. and they're human beings. And just like any other American, they may be accidental Americans, as we all are, but they're all here struggling to survive. And, you know, I think the lesson that these workers in our story have shown is that despite their heterogeneity, you know, how different they are and how complex they are, even as individuals, when they get together, there's nothing that they can't do. There's just nothing that people can't do when they come together.